Hi students, welcome back. Let's continue with the chapter Lines and Angles for class 7. Today our subtopic will be parallel lines. First, let's understand the definition of parallel lines. When two lines are drawn such that they do not intersect even when extended indefinitely in both directions, then that you call it as parallel lines. Then, in simple, if I need to explain, these are two lines which never meet, and the distance between these two lines will always be the same. For example, if I take railway tracks, right? The railway tracks never meet. That's because the distance between these two lines or between the two tracks, if you say, are always the same. Isn't it? I'm sure you know what are parallel lines. Next, let's see what happens when you draw another line. When these two lines are cut by this third line that you see. Okay? Now this third line is called as your transversal. So when a transversal intersects these two lines, alright? When this transversal intersects these two lines, then we get 8 angles, alright? Or you can say 8 angles are formed. 5, 6, 7, 8. So when two lines are cut by a transversal, this EF is called as your transversal. So when these two lines are cut by a transversal, 8 angles are formed. Now let us see which are these angles which are formed by a transversal. You get two pairs of alternate interior angles. Then you get two pairs of alternate exterior angles. Then you get 4 pairs of corresponding angles. And then you get 2 pairs of co-interior angles. Now let's understand each angle. First let's go to alternate angles. Now let's understand alternate interior angles. Now before that, let's see the meaning of interior and exterior angles. Now if I take 1, 2, 7 and 8, these angles are outside, so they are called as exterior angles. And if you take 3, 4, 5, 6, these are inside, so these are called as your interior angles. Right students, have you understood? So you know now 1, 2, 7, 8 are out, exterior angles. 3, 4, 5, 6 are in, so those become your interior angles. In short, angles which are inside these two lines, the two parallel lines or these two lines, you call them as interior angles, and the outside ones are called as exterior. Now, when I say alternate interior angles, children, remember the shape of these two mirror images, the Z shape. Alright? Now, our interior angles, alternate interior angles generally come in this kind of a shape. So, alternate. So, alternate means one will be on this side and the other one will be on the other side. So, if I take angle 3 and angle 5, these are alternate interior angles. Children, just see the Z shape. I get it as like this, and like this. Correct? So, this is how I get that Z shape. So, all interior angles, children, if you take, they resemble the Z shape. Alright? So, here we know angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5. Here, now can you tell me which is the other alternate angle we have, interior? So that is angle 4 and angle 5. So you know angle 4 and angle 5 are also, angle 4 and angle 6 are also alternate interior angles. So we have got these two pairs. Correct? Now this is alternate interior. Now let's understand alternate exterior angles. Now, alternate exterior. Now in alternate interior, I told you about the Z shape. Now in alternate exterior, how do we do it? If I have one, now you know this is an exterior angle. First let's identify our exterior angles. I have angle 1, I have angle 2, this is outside, angle 7 and angle 8. Now these are all exterior angles. So when I say alternate, it is one side of the transversal and on the other side of the transversal. So angle 1 and angle 7. This is one alternate exterior angle. And if I take the other one, it will be angle 2 and angle 8. This is another alternate exterior angle. So angle 1 and angle 7, and then I have angle 2 and angle 8. So let's just brush up alternate interior, alternate exterior angles. Interior, inside. So let's just find out which are the interior angles. I have 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. Now these are interior. Alternate interior, this and this, angle 4, angle 6. These are alternate interior angles, the Z shape, remember. Then we have 3 and 5, again the Z shape, angle 3 and angle 5. Alternate exterior, outside, angle 1, angle 7, angle 2, angle 8. I'm sure you have understood this. Let's move on to corresponding angles. Now let's understand corresponding angles. By now you know what are alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles. Now we move on to corresponding angles. Just as in interior angles, student, I told you to remember the Z shape and the mirror image of Z shape. Same way here, let's take 7, mirror image of 7, L and mirror image of L. Now what are corresponding angles? Like if I take this, children, here, this L, angle 1, where do I get another L? Here, angle 5. So angle 1 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. If I take the other, the ulta side, let me say, or the mirror image of L, so that will be angle 2 and this way, so it will be here, angle 6, correct? Then, if I take here, this mirror image of 7, so then that will be angle 4 and angle 8. And the other one will be angle 3. See here, the 7 shape and angle 7. So, now, let's write which are our corresponding angles. So, we have angle 1 and angle 5. These are corresponding to one another. Then I have angle 2 and I have angle 6. Then I have angle 3 and angle 7. And then I have angle 4 and angle 8. So with this, I'm sure you have understood what are corresponding angle. Let's just revise once again or brush. We have alternate interior. I said don't forget the Z shapes, isn't it? And then similarly we have alternate exterior. So when you say alternate interior, alternate exterior, remember the interior angles and the exterior. Alternate means one on one side of the transversal and the other will be on the other side of the transversal. Next, corresponding angles. When we say corresponding, please remember these shapes. 7 if you have and the mirror image of 7. L you have and the mirror image of 11. So here we have found out angle 1, angle 5, angle 2, angle 6, angle 3, angle 7, angle 4 and angle 8. Now let's move on to co-interior and co-exterior angles. Now the last one, children, co-interior and co-exterior angles. First, let's understand the meaning of co-interior or co-exterior. The meaning is the angles on the same side of the transversal. Like for example, if I take here, now these are the angles 1, 4, 5, 8. These are on the same side of the transversal, right? And then if I go here, I have 2, 3, 6 and 7, isn't it? Now, if I take interior 4 and 5, these are the interior angles. And if I take here 3 and 6, these are again inside interior angles. So, which are our co-interior angles? Angle 4 and angle 5 are your co-interior angles because they are angles on the same side of the transversal. And then I have angle 3 and angle 6. These are both co-interior pairs, right? Then we have this is my co-interior which I did. Next comes co-exterior angles. So exterior, outside. So which are those? You have angle 2 and angle 7 and angle 1 and angle 8. I'm sure you have understood, children, now the meaning of co-interior and co-exterior angles. Next, let's go on to the results of parallel lines. Now children, let's understand the results when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Now, you know, we just discussed about how when you have two lines, when they are cut by a transversal, we get 8 angles. And which are those angles? We have alternate angles, corresponding angles, co-interior, exterior angles, right? Now, what happens when you have two parallel lines? For example, here I have AB is parallel to CD and it is cut by a transversal. So as usual, you have your 8 angles. What is the condition when you get these angles? Now, when AB and CD are parallel lines and they are cut by a transversal, then alternate interior angles are always equal. Remember this. Then alternate exterior angles are also equal. Corresponding angles are equal and co-interior as well as co-exterior are supplementary, means the angles on the same side of the transversal, when you add them, the sum of these angles is equal to 180 degrees. Alright, I will show you later, children. Just understand this first. So, whenever you have two parallel lines and they are cut by a transversal, I repeat, co-interior and co-exterior angles are supplementary, means when you add, for example, these are your co-interior angles, correct? 3 and 6. So when I add 3 plus 6, it should be equal to 180. That is your supplementary angle. Same way here, angle 4 plus angle 5. When I add, it should be equal to 180 degrees. Angle 2 plus angle 7 is equal to 180 degrees. Angle 1 plus angle 8 is equal to 180 degrees. Let's move up. Corresponding, you know the shapes. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Angle 2 is equal to angle 6. And angle 3 is equal to angle 7. These are your corresponding angles. And then let's move up. Alternate interior. Let's only take these. That means angle 3 is equal to angle 5. And angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Likewise, exterior when we take. Angle 1 is equal to angle 7 and angle 2 should be equal to angle 8. Now, before we move on to the exercise, I want you to be thorough with these conditions, because once you know these conditions, then to apply them in your exercise will be easy. Let's move on to the exercise. Question 1. Exercise 17C. Children, let's do exercise 17C, question 1. This is exercise 17C, question 1. Two lines AB and CD are cut by a transversal. Identify the angles. You just have to identify them like adjacent angles, children. Now, Prasha, you already know adjacent means next to one another, like angle 1 and angle 2. These are adjacent to each other. Correct? Can you tell me which are the others? Angle 2 and angle 4. This is also adjacent to one another. I'm sure by now you have understood. Right? Then I have angle 4 and angle 3. Correct? You have angle 4 and angle 3. And same way you have angle 3 and angle 1. Correct? These are all adjacent angles. Similarly, you will apply here and do it like angle 5, angle 6, angle 6, angle 8, angle 8, angle 7, and angle 7, and angle 5. Now these are adjacent angles, angles which are next to one another. Next, vertically opposite angles. Now if I take angle 1 and angle 4, these are vertically opposite angles, angle 1 and angle 4. Now here you will find the other pair, which is that angle 2 and angle 3. Similarly here I have angle 5 and angle 8 and then angle 7 and angle 6. Correct? Children, you will do it. I am not going to help you out. I will only explain this to you. Next, we have alternate angles. Now, they haven't told you whether it is alternate interior or alternate exterior angles. You have to do it. You will divide it and write. Now, if I say alternate interior angles, which are those, children? Alternate interior, if I take angle 3 and angle 6. These are alternate. Don't forget the Z shape. And angle 4 and angle 5. Correct? These are your alternate interior angles. And then if I take exterior, angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. And angle 2 and angle 7 are also alternate exterior angles. So let's just write here angle 3 and angle 6, alternate interior. You will write the other pair, and if I take exterior, I will have angle 1 and angle 8. The other pair you will write. I hope you have understood. Next comes the corresponding angles. What is the shape that I told you to remember? Yes, what is it? 7, mirror image of 7. Then L, mirror image of L. So when I say corresponding angles, I have angle 1 and angle 5. And here I have angle 2 and angle 6. Correct? Then I have angle 3 and angle 7. And I have angle 4 and angle 8. So let me write a few for you. Angle 1 and angle 5. Correct? Then we have angle 2 and angle 6. Then same way here, children. Angle 3 and angle 5. Sorry. angle 3. Yeah, this one, angle 3 and angle 7. And the other one you will do angle 4 and angle 8. I'm sure you have understood. And last, let's come to the co-interior angles, children. Okay, let's come to the, I will write it here above. Co-interior angles, whether it is co-interior angles or co-exterior angles, they are always, the sum is always equal to 180. Here all you need to do is identify the angles. So which are those angles? They have only asked you for interior. Remember, interior means inside. So which are our angles from the inside? That is angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. Correct? And co-interior, they are angles on the same side of the transversal. So you have angle 3 and angle 5. These are your co-interior angles. And angle 4 and angle 6. These are also your co-interior angles. And as per the rules, when you have two lines, if they say they are parallel, what is the condition, children, in co-interior? Angle 3 plus angle 5 will be equal to 180 degrees. The sum of the co-interior angles is always supplementary. Supplementary means 180. You needn't do this here. I just brushed up your previous rule. I hope you have understood these. Now let's move on to question 2. Alright, exercise 17C, question 2. Children, I have not written the question. I will read it for you. Please keep your books in front of you. In the given figure, AB is parallel to CD. It is given to us that AB is parallel to CD. Now children, I told you, whenever they say that if there are two lines, let's write here AB and CD. They have told us that these two lines are parallel. They are saying AB is parallel to CD and EF is your transversal. Alright? AB is parallel to CD and EF is a transversal. And they have given you as angle 8 is equal to 110. You need to find the other angles giving reasons. So you already know what are the rules. So please write your rules at a side. What are the rules? Alternate interior, alternate exterior angles are equal. Correct? You know this. Then corresponding angles are equal. Then co-interior exterior angles, their sum is equal to 180 degrees. Correct? And along with this, children, you know when two lines are cut by a transversal, we get vertically opposite angles. You can always even have this as one of your reasons. The vertically opposite angles are equal. Now that I know, children, angle 8 is 110. Based on what is given, let us work out. You know AB is parallel to CD and angle 8 is equal to 110 degrees. Correct? Now, if this I take 8 ulta 7. Correct? So that means this also will be 110 degrees. Correct? What could be your reason, children? If you see here, the mirror image of 7. So these are corresponding angles. And we know, since they have said these two are parallel, when two lines are parallel, the corresponding angles will be equal. So I can say that angle 4 is equal to 110 degrees. Why? Because corresponding angles are equal. This is my reason. Correct? Next, if I take 8 and I take angle 2, what are these? They are co-exterior angles, and you know co-exterior angles should be equal to 180 degrees. So let's take angle 2. Let's take angle 2. I know angle 8 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Correct? Angle 8 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. What is my reason? Co-exterior angles are supplementary. Let's put sum of the co-exterior angles, children. Sum of the co-exterior angles is equal to 180. I know 8 is equal to 110 degrees plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. So what is angle 2 equal to? 180 minus 110. So I get this as 70 degrees. Correct? So let me write here. With this pen, right? Angle 2 is 70 degrees. Alright? So I managed to find angle 2. I got angle 8. Now, with angle 8 itself, children, let's try to find the other angles. What else can I get? I can get this, angle 1. Can you tell me what will angle 1 be? These are alternate. One this side, one that side. Alternate exterior angles. And what is the rule? Alternate angles are equal. So if this is 110, children, then this also will be 110. Correct? So that is angle 1. Angle 1 is equal to 110 degrees. What is my reason? Alternate exterior angles are equal. Correct? Now, so I've got 1, I've got 2, I've got 8. I can also find angle 5. What is angle 5? Angle 5 based on this will be vertically opposite angles. And you know vertically opposite angles are equal. So this also will be 110. Angle 5 is equal to angle 8. That is 110 degrees. Correct? And in the bracket my reason will be vertically opposite angles are equal. Correct? Alright. Now what am I left with? 6 and 7. Now, let's do that. I'll rub the board here. Now, I cannot use 110 for this now. Neither can I use here. So what do we do? Now what I can do is I take this. Angle 4, children, I know. Angle 4 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. What is my reason? The sum of co-interior angles is always supplementary, isn't it? Let's just write co-interior angles. Correct? So, what is angle 4? Angle 4 is 110 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. So, angle 6 is equal to 180 minus 110. So, angle 6 is equal to 70 degrees. So, I get this as 70. Correct? Alright. Then, I am left with the last one. Can you tell me? Have we done angle 7, children? No, we haven't done angle 7. Okay, let's do this and then let's go to angle 7. Now, angle 3, again, what is it? Angle 5 plus angle 3 is equal to, yes, angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason you're going to give? Co-interior angles. So again when I do 180 minus 110, I get 70 degrees. You are going to work this out. I haven't done. Now last, let's come to angle 7. Children, can you tell me? By guessing, you can use the 70 itself and let's do it. Can you tell me what it is? Yes, now let's see. Angle 3, I say, is equal to angle 7. Can you give me the reason? Here, 7 and this also is the 7 shape. So what is that? These are corresponding angles. Correct? So your angle 7 is equal to 70 degrees. Now to confirm, what can you do? I can just check. 110 plus 70, straight line, 180. 110 and 70, straight line, 180. So see, with this children, you come to know whether what you have done is right or wrong. I hope you have understood. Please work out question 1 and 2. I think you have enjoyed studying parallel lines. You have done this before also. I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.